back. Hey, everybody, get back. Get the shooters. Watch the shooters. Watch the shooters. Get back. Get back. get back. Match up, match up. Find the shooters, find the shooters. Hey, get mine. I got 12, I got 12.
Oh my God, come on, you.
Go. Head up. I got ball. Hit.
You see that form?
We good. Hey, lock up. That's me. Come on, get back, get back.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
still got it.
Pick up, pick up, pick up.
This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at their guys coming in, they appear to be fired up and ready to go. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one.
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Rises for the slam.
An easy two, get back on defense.
To Leonard. And the finish. Slam dunk.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Butler. Oh, he had it. Lowry to Danny Green. Doesn't get the bounce. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Oh, Ben Simmons, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Lowry. Embiid with the board. Butler into the front court. Down by 1. To Redick. Down for Smith. To Embiid. Butler. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Fires the three, and Kyle Lowry, no one in his postal code, hits the three.
I wasn't even sure if he saw the defense behind him. But what he did see was his teammates' eyes telling him where to pass for that easy catch and shoot.
Curling inside. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Has a look. Jumper's good. That'll get out off the Raptors. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Taken by the Raptors. Nice pass to get things going.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Smith with the basketball. Leads one. To Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. Looking good. 4 for 5.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Smith with it up top. It's a 1-point game, 13-12. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Shot stopped by Embiid. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it with a drop step. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Time for some new personnel into the game. Butler to bring it up. They lead it. 4-point game. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time to shuffle things up. Butler. With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Lowry. And the rebound taken by Butler. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Van Vliet. Monroe. With a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in. Sixers control it. Butler. To McConnell. They'll go to Butler, down low. Turns and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
McConnell. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ah, someone's been working on that one for weeks behind closed doors. That's why they call it practice.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Down low to Monroe. Over to the right side. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Butler. Jimmy Butler, 2 for 3 now here in the first. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Can't connect, and it's Johnson there to grab the rebound. Runner's good there. The first quarter's complete. The 76ers have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Toronto with the basketball. Going to launch beyond the arc. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Not that time. He misses. To Van Vliet. And counted at the rim.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. 2 for 2 on that trip. Fred Van Vliet. And stuffs it home. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Jimmy Butler. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
To McConnell. Oh, defender pulls the chair. Ibaka. That's blocked by Johnson. Picked up. Here we go. Embiid to McConnell. And the finish on the nice step through.
I'm a little bit disappointed in the celebration right there, Ed. I mean, live your best life. I want to see a little bit more passion on the next play.
Defense making the ball handler work. Taken by the Sixers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
The follow won't go either. To Ibaka. Danny Green. Sixers have it. He'll go to the foul line to shoot. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Jimmy Butler has got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Ball's controlled by Lowry. Ibaka. Here's a chance from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every...
There's the follow. Amir Johnson with the slam.
A lot of people don't show up to their job every day with their hard hat, but he's one of the hardest working guys in the league. Good to see him get rewarded for that bucket.
Here's Simmons with it up top. The lead is 12. Shot from the lane won't go. To Lowry. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
That's blocked by Kawhi. They've got it back. Lowry matched up with Jimmy Butler. For three, off the iron. No good. To Danny Green.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries the three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
And gets both to drop at the line. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Butler to Redick. Lets it fly from long range. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. It'll stay Raptors basketball. Lowry. Leonard. Man, that was a tough shot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Simmons with it. His team up by 7. To Redick. From long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Butler for 2. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Lowry. The drive, right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Toronto has the basketball. Leonard to Lowry. Takes stock of the floor. Kawhi Leonard sizing up Butler. Has a chance. Leonard shot won't go down. To Ibaka. Now pass stolen by the Sixers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Beyond the arc for 3. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make. That misses with 3 seconds left. That'll do it for the first half. It's the Sixers out in front. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Now a steal by Philly.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
That pass taken away by Toronto. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
It's so good to see Kawhi back and flourishing on the court. Remember last offseason, there were a lot of questions about where he would end up. But I'm glad to see he's playing like a franchise guy, and he's proving it tonight.
To Leonard. And look out.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Leonard. Blocked by Butler.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Oh, deny.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Have to be careful inbounding the basketball. But good anticipation by the defense.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. But if you can play with energy and execute, that's the formula for success.
Sixers have the basketball. Redick. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Lowry into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Defense making the ball carrier work. Knocked loose. Simmons into the front court. He'll run the offense. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Danny Green. Fires the three. Danny Green is going to get a chance at three here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. Second of three, no good. Into the front court comes Simmons. Leads one. It's a big finish.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Jimmy Butler. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. To Redick. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Lowry. Oh, you can sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Danny Green. Lowry. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making a shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing now.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Simmons. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Oh, blocked by Green.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Pascal Siakam to Ibaka. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Leonard. Count the triple.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Into the front court comes Smith. Leads a bucket. Taken by the Raptors. To Leonard. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Redick with it. Looking to make something happen. Fires the three. Raptors have the rebound. To Ibaka. It was right there. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Simmons, knocked loose. 4-3. Can't connect. Fred VanVleet to the rim. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Is in for two.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point ball game. To Simmons. Oh, he had him there for a second. The jumper's off the mark. Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
And throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Simmons with the denial. The big guy, Greg Monroe. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field. That's the end of the third quarter. The Raptors in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Simmons with it. His guys trail now by 4. Runner's good there.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Curling inside. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Great feed. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. To Butler. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Butler. That pass taken away by Toronto.
This game is too tight for you not to convert.
Leonard to Van Vliet. That's blocked by Johnson.
Sent a message and that. He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Scores from the post.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Here it comes.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
That's no good. To Simmons. Deep two there, won't go.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
To Redick. Trying to cash in. J.J. Redick. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Look, as a player, this stuff happens all the time. No need to make this into something bigger than what it really is. Move on to the next play. Get locked in.
Short jumper off the mark. Butler into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. So Lowry. Danny Green. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I'm pretty sure I saw that move earlier in the game. I can't believe he fell for it again.
Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
What a save. That's hard work right there. Monroe to Lowry. Shot won't go. Redick with it. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Going to launch beyond the arc. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Here's a chance from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
That one off the mark. It's no good. To Redick. For three. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Embiid lets it fly from beyond the arc. Cleared by Ibaka. Lowry with it. His guys down three. Here's Leonard for two. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Simmons to Embiid. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Lowry. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
From a guy who's been there before, tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you would have wished this was a bad dream. But in reality, all you can do is knock the cobwebs off and let it fuel you for tomorrow.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
To Redick. To Butler. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
Turnovers like that at this point of the game are daggers. You can't afford to have empty possessions in the final 2 minutes.
Redick with it. Down a point. That pass taken away by Toronto.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
To Butler. And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Danny Green. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Leonard to Ibaka. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
The Sixers are victorious. They are champions of the way to the NBA Finals. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night. This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. The Mavericks begin the game with the basketball. Doesn't get the bounce. Smith now. His first effort off the mark. Pascal Siakam to Leonard. Sent away by Jordan.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Barnes to Dennis Smith Jr. Oh, Ibaka up to block the shot.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Lowry has the basketball. Great feed. Gets it in the left corner. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Raptors come away with it. Leonard. Pascal Siakam. Strong finish. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet. And one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
Luka Doncic, marked man. Shot altered and no good. 4-3. Off the iron. No good. Jordan to Matthews. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Oops. He missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Here comes the screen. Leonard. Tough shot. He hits.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Mavericks with the possession. Can't connect from in close.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Lowry converts the three-point play as the Raptors able to extend their lead. Taken by the Raptors. Here's a chance from long range. Won't go down. Smith with it up top. Right now, down 7. Barnes. That's out. Last touch by Harrison Barnes. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Lowry. Oh, it's rejected by Jordan.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Matthews. Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
That'll get out off the Raptors. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Lets it fly from long range. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, you got dog.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Here comes the screen. To Nowitzki. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Got a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
He throws it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He's been waiting a long time for that one to go down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Lowry? Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Van Vliet, down low to Monroe. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. Dallas with the possession. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Unable to connect on the free throw. Beyond the arc for 3, and the rebound comes down to Dallas. That's blocked by Kawhi. First quarter's complete. The Raptors in front. Jay, in the first quarter, if you own shares of stock in the offenses, you'd make a lot of easy money. There was no defense to start this one.
I don't know if I'm watching an all-star game or a regular season game, because I'm telling you right now, Ed, if it was the regular season, which it is, by the way, you probably want to see some teams play some defense.
Smith. Going to launch beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Kyle Lowry at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. In the front court comes Smith. Down 6. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Smith. That pass taken away by Toronto. To Leonard. For 3. Now that's a contest. To Dennis Smith Jr. Has a chance. Off the mark. Surprised he took that one.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything. That's why shots aren't dropping.
Smith goes to the left side. To Harrison Barnes. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Lowry to Danny Green. The jumper's off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
First one goes down. It's the second. One more coming. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Leonard. Taken by the Raptors. Mavs have it. Harrison Barnes powers it through.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Baseline drive, the shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beaten the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Leonard to Ibaka. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Matthews to Barnes. Offensive board. Barnes has a look. That's no good. Lowry with it. Leads 3. And count the basket inside.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
And look out. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Serge Ibaka slams it down.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Okay, look, not everything is going to make it into the scouting report.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Lowry. And drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
To Luka Doncic. Trying to cash in. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Luka Doncic slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Monroe. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Ah, the monster stuff.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Gets to the basket and scores.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace. teach height.
We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rode. 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Lowry, it's good.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Wesley Matthews, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Misses the first. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Danny Green. Oh, emphatic slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Smith into the front court. His guys down 3. To Harrison Barnes. Has a look. Barnes' shot, it's off. Leonard. Not that time. Smith now into the front court. They're down 3. Danny Green to Lowry. Sets him up. Pass stolen by the Mavericks.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Smith to Matthews. Fires the 3. Wesley Matthews. He was born to take those shots, even with a hand in his face.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
First free throw is good. And he hits the second. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Smith with the basketball. Down 3. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Smith with it up top. His guys now trailing by a point. And the finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Lowry. Count the basket at the rim.
The okey-doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Into the front court comes Smith. His guys now down by a point. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Danny Green. Mavericks with the basketball. Matthews to Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for two.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Leonard. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Pascal Siakam to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's now 5 for 6.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Leonard. From the painted area, won't go down. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Kawhi Leonard. Add 2 points to the board. Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Brunson to Nowitzki. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Doncic. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
What a move. If you're on defense, you can't be caught flat-footed there.
Can't connect. Shot from the lane won't go. To Nowitzki. From long range. Not that time. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Rock-a-bye, baby. Oh, yeah, he rocked him to sleep on that one.
Doncic. To Brunson. It's good.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. That ends the third quarter. The Raptors have the lead. Dallas with the basketballs. We begin the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
To Danny Green. Ibaka to Van Vliet. Not that time. That's blocked by Kawhi.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Dallas owns the basketball to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Van Vliet. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Smith taken by the Raptors.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
To Leonard, 4-3. Textbook defense. Whoa, what a finish.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Scores from the post.
I'm pretty sure I saw that move earlier in the game. I can't believe he fell for it again.
Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Oh, I missed a short one there. To Jordan. Passed it off. Harrison Barnes. With that, he's 5 for 9.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Fred VanVleet. Pascal Siakam. Strong finish.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Dallas has it. Here's a chance from long range. Doncic showing why the Mavs traded up to get him.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Luka Doncic. Lets it fly from long range. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Fred VanVleet. Oh, good defense there as the Mavs take it away.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Smith. The Raptors able to clear the board. Lowry into the front court. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Fires the three. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Doncic. That pass taken away by Toronto.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
Deep right court.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Fred VanVleet. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Dennis Smith Jr. buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
And that'll get out of bounds off one of the Mavericks. It'll stay Raptors basketball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Dennis Smith Jr. He's 3 for 7.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Driving right to the basket. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
You see, that's well-timed right there. Not a minute too soon or a minute too late. They needed that one.
Doncic to Jordan. Oh, emphatic slam.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
To Ibaka. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Ibaka. Not that time. Doncic to Dennis Smith Jr. Active hands to stay with it. We'll get a jump. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Fred VanVleet. No good. Jordan to Dennis Smith Jr. Turns and slams it down.
Ed, 2 years ago, I was sitting in the draft room absolutely shocked that Dennis Smith went at 9 in the draft. And when I think about this young man's game, he is just scratching the surface of what he can do. He finished tied for 4th among rookies in scoring last season, and I guarantee you his game is going to continuously go to different levels.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, the victory to the Mavericks. They are champions of the Western Conference. They're on their way to the NBA Finals. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This is... Until next